This is CES MMA.
Here is our Scituate Chiropractic Center's tail of the tape. We are in the middleweight division. Ralph Johnson comes in at 6-10, all 6 wins by knockout, fighting out of Worcester, Mass. And his opponent is Brandon CHAGNON. He is 4-4, fighting out of Sityodtong, hailing from Methuen, Mass. Let's send it down to Adam Palazzo for the official introduction.
This is the Scituate Chiropractic Center bout of the night. This fight is scheduled for 3 rounds in the middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 182 pounds, with a professional record of 4 wins, 4 losses, with 2 wins coming by way of submission. Hailing from Methuen, Mass, ladies and gentlemen, Brandon CHAGNON. And fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 180 pounds, a veteran of 16 fights with 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from Worcester, Massachusetts, Ralph Johnson.
Once again, we are here live from Twin River Casino in Lincoln, Rhode Island. It is CES MMA 23. I am Mike Parenti, joined by Bellator's own Matt Bissett. Matt, welcome to the booth.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Really excited to start things off like this. I think CHAGNON's going to come out just like he just did, come out for the takedown, because I don't think he really wants to stand with a guy like Ralph.
And one thing you do know about Ralph Johnson, if you've seen him fight, he has only gone the distance once in 16 pro fights, so he too does not like to be on the canvas. He prefers to keep his standing up, where he has had all 6 of his wins come by knockout.
Yeah, very impressive knockouts at that.
Ralph Johnson, the taller fighter, 6'5". CHAGNON comes in at 5'11". Both are in red trunks. Johnson has the black trim with the white lettering. You see CHAGNON miss with that initial takedown, recovers nicely.
Very nice sprawl, way to get on top. That's exactly what he wants to do. Back out, get back to his feet, keep this standing, keep it at a distance where he can control the boxing.
Yeah, no surprise there to see Ralph Johnson get right back to his feet. He does not want any part of the ground game, and certainly wants to use his height and reach to his advantage, especially keeping CHAGNON at the end of that jab. When he's been successful, he's been able to do that. Although it's not as easy as it is to say. A lot of times fighters shoot in for those takedowns. Once they get him to the ground, he is in some trouble. But so far, so good here for Ralph Johnson.
Absolutely. It doesn't really look like CHAGNON's trying to set up his takedowns either, and I think Ralph's noticing that right away. He's kind of just dropping to one knee, and I think he may eat a knee if he shoots in lazily like that.
If you're in with the fighter who has that kind of a height advantage, Matt, how do you set up the takedown?
You have to get inside with your striking. You have to get inside with your movement, and you can't be flat-footed standing in front of him, taking those jabs, taking that cross, especially from a strong striker like Ralph.
Johnson, as always, holding his own. CHAGNON again goes for the takedown. Nothing doing. 3:10 to go in round number 1 in this middleweight bout. The opener here at CES MMA 23.
So far, halfway through this first round, it really looks like Ralph's able to implement his game, which is keep it standing, keep him at a distance, and he's able to punish him with the jab and the overhand so far.
Absolutely. The way Ralph Johnson sees it, if he keeps it at this pace throughout the fight and establishes that jab, it's only a matter of time before he lands that overhand right, and you see that's what he's trying to do.
Brandon's got to get gritty here. He's got to get inside. He's got to close off that distance fast. He's got to push him up against the cage, go for a takedown, and try to work some jiu-jitsu, try to work some ground and pound.
Johnson, one of the busiest fighters in the region. He's fought 10 times within the last year, which is almost unheard of at this level. He's lost his last 3 fights. Last fought here against Charles Rosa at the last CES show. This time he catches CHAGNON with the leg kick, with the head kick rather. CHAGNON stunned momentarily. Johnson on top trying to get the ground and pound. This could be it, Matt. CHAGNON's hurt. Kevin McDonald looking to step in.
Those are good, clean shots to the ear, too.
Well, surprisingly, CHAGNON survives.
He's not getting up.
This time Ralph shoots in with the right hand, now with the left and the right, again trying for the ground and pound. You're right, CHAGNON's in a lot of trouble here, and there's a lot of time too left, Matt. But CHAGNON reverses, gets the takedown. And how about that for Brandon CHAGNON?
That was a little bit of a sloppy exchange, and Brandon took advantage of it. Now he's on top.
I think you're right. I think Johnson got a little too sloppy, maybe a little too anxious to try to finish the fight. And CHAGNON takes advantage. Now Johnson reverses. Trying to get side mount. 1:16 to go again. Still a lot of time. Johnson.
And now he's going to ask him back to stand. That's good game plan. Very good.
Referee lets them get back on their feet. 1 minute to go in round number 1. Ralph Johnson in good shape here. Landed that kick that caught CHAGNON upstairs and momentarily sent him to the canvas. And I thought for a moment there, I think you and I both thought this fight may be close to ending. Flying knee by Ralph Johnson, catches CHAGNON again. And here come the elbows. Johnson just unable to finish. CHAGNON gets back to his feet, eats another right hand on his way up. A lot of action here in round 1, Matt.
Ralph looking really confident right now with his stand-up. Hands at his waist, picking him apart. And just as I say that, he had an inside leg kick. Oh, nice knee. Brandon is really hurt.
You called it, Matt. You had said if he's going to try to go inside like that, he may eat some knees, and there he eats one right there. And again,
he wasn't setting up the takedown. Just like I said, he came in sloppy, and he ate that knee.
Now, one thing we've learned about Brandon CHAGNON here is he can certainly take a punch. That chin is strong.
That's for sure.
He fought here in October against Tommy Ventusinque at CES MMA 19, and he won that bout. This is his first appearance since. That'll do it for round number 1. A great round for Ralph Johnson, who, by the way, took this fight on short notice, which he's been accustomed to within the last year. But Ralph Johnson's the kind of guy who's always in the gym, always ready to fight. Let's listen into Brandon CHAGNON's corner and hear what they have to say.
You get poked a little? First, there was an up kick to the face that we didn't see there. This kid is hurt. His leg is hurt. All right? I know you're not 100% right now, but I know you're still in this fight. All right? I need you to do 2 things. When he jabs, you give everything you got to that leg kick. There's a good chance you put a couple more low kicks on this kid. You're going to stop him. He's limping.
Keep your hands high, bro.
Keep your hands high.
That's why he keeps getting
And when he jabs, listen to me.
Okay.
Hands high. When he jabs, you low kick. Hands up high. When he jabs, you low kick.
Interesting there, Matt. Mark Delagrati, the head trainer at Sit-Yatong, telling him Ralph Johnson's leg appears to be hurt. Stay with those leg kicks, and maybe that's how you chop down the bigger, taller fighter.
That seems like a good game plan to go to because the come forward, take him down, close the distance plan is not working.
Not working at all. Absolutely right. Round number 2 of a scheduled 3 rounds in this middleweight bout. Ralph Johnson in the red trunks with the black trim. Brandon CHAGNON.
Right away.
Yep,
right
there
away,
it is.
The legs.
CHAGNON with the red trunks and the yellow lettering. And there it is. And maybe Delagrati's onto something. Maybe those legs are hurt.
Delagrati's, he's been around for a while, right?
He certainly has.
Does he do Muay Thai? I don't know.
That's right. Got his base started out in Muay Thai. I believe you're right. That's right.
He might know how to strike.
May know a few things about striking. And, of course, you saw the reigning CES MMA heavyweight champ, John Johnson, in Brandon CHAGNON's corner as well. This time, Johnson catches the leg kick, takes him down. Johnson saying something to the official. I'm not sure what it's about. Maybe a low blow, and I think that's what we have here. Inadvertent low blow by Brandon CHAGNON, going for the leg kick. Caught him in the wrong spot. Ralph Johnson will get as much time as he needs to recover. Momentary lapse in the action, rather, and that could give Johnson a bit of an edge here to maybe rest up and recover. Though we've seen in the past, we saw this with Josh Diekman when he fought Josh Hendricks here. He took a low blow in that fight, and Diekman never really fully recovered. Josh Hendricks went on to win that fight in the opening round, so we'll see if Ralph Johnson takes as much time as he's given. It appears now that he's okay, and the action will resume here in round number 2. Once again, I am Mike Parenti, joined by Bellator's Matt Bissett. We are bringing you the action live here from Twin River Casino. Johnson caught that one and then followed with the right hand, so that's kind of been the key to stopping those leg kicks as they catch him on the way in.
Again, nice leg kick, very nice.
And it does appear that Johnson doesn't have the strongest legs. If CHAGNON goes in on him and keeps delivering, he's going to set it up, and here he is now trying to set down. He gets the takedown.
It almost looked like Ralph just kind of sat to guard right there, like he didn't even want to defend the takedown.
I agree.
I think this is where Brandon can be successful here. He stays on top, passes to mount. Oh, he's
and
taking
here
it
it
back.
is.
He's getting the choke.
That's it.
Nice.
Chokes him out. Brandon CHAGNON with the submission victory in round number 2. as we said in round 1, Matt, if he gets him to the canvas and executes his game plan, he will most certainly win the fight, and he does, choking out Ralph Johnson. Rear naked choke in round 2. Ralph Johnson tapped out immediately. That one was deep right away. Sometimes a fighter has to work to get that choke in deep, but Chagnon had it in right away. A tough break for Ralph Johnson, who fought such a good fight in round number 1. He was striking, he was on his feet. As you said, he was confident, he was comfortable. But once Chagnon got that takedown from taking Mark De La Guardia's advice, he went on to win the fight.
Completely agree. Excellent cornering, and that's the sign of a pro right there, to come out, listen to his corners, and be able to utilize that game plan effectively, and then come out, get the takedown, and finish with a choke.
That's one of the advantages of working with a team like Sityodtong. You have not only Mark De La Guardia, you have Tyson Chartier, you have John Johnson, you have pros in this game who have been through so many fights in the past. They know exactly what to tell you at the right time, and they guided Chagnon through this fight tremendously. And of course, Chagnon has to deliver. Here is the replay. Here's how it all ended. You see Johnson trying to kick up, trying to get back to his feet, but Chagnon flips him over. 2 quick lefts, and then he gets that rear naked choke. And you're going to see it right here, Matt, as he flips him over. That's in deep right away. And Ralph Johnson taps immediately.
Ralph didn't even try to defend. That was just palm to palm, nice, quick, tight choke. He didn't have any time.
Let's send it down to our ringside announcer, Adam Palazzo, for the particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, with 126, round number 2, your winner by rear naked choke, Brandon CHAGNON.